What's up? It's Monster Train 2. We are back once again. Once again, I will say, oh man, it's been so long since the last time I've recorded one of these videos. When will we finish the dimensional challenges? Nobody knows. To be honest, I've slowed down on Monster Train just a little bit. I still love the game. I just haven't been playing as much. I mean, 300, a little bit shy of 300 hours, which is not too bad. Mainly, I think I kind of want to wait out the first big update before I continue, like heavily trying to grind out the logbook to see how they decide to adjust the Monster Train 1 clans. I think it could be very interesting because I definitely think the Monster Train 1 clans need some help. They are a little bit weak as compared to the new ones, but they're definitely not unplayable. So with some tweaks, I think they could be a lot of fun to play. There is some situations it does feel a little bit bad to get like a double Monster Train 1 combo, although you definitely can get there. So we'll see. I'm excited for that to happen. They said it's supposed to happen in, what did they say, Q3? Whatever Q we are currently in, and I think it's Q3. We are approaching the halfway point of the quarter, so hopefully it'll be pretty soon. So which one of these dimensional portals do we want to play? I think I said, yeah, this is the one I decided I'm going to do last. Maybe I'll just do these two as kind of the final. This is the final leg of the challenge. These are both permadeath ones. This is the cheat and repeat. And here we have, oh yeah, this is the fragile pyre. The tricky thing about this one is that vengeful shards are a problem, right? I feel like the ideal scenario is you sort of high roll with one of Stygian Sweepers on Pyro Savagery. And then I guess everything just goes up to the top floor. But you still also have issues with this if you get like the, what are they called, amalgams, or if you fight Savagery Seraph, or even Archean, the Archean that does pyre damage. That seems like you can run into some trouble. So that seems pretty tricky. All of these seem sort of fairly tricky. Lifesteal 3. Lazarus. I wonder if sometimes with this, when it dies, if reanimate will save them. I don't know. I feel like probably, but I'm not too sure. And then this one, oh, this is the rooms one. This is another interesting one because it sort of seems like you could high roll by a lot, and Under Legion has some pretty strong rooms. But also, like, how much do they really do, right? I don't know. Let's try this one. Extra Roomy. It's one of the permadeath ones. Are there other? Oh, this one doesn't have permadeath. These two do. This one scares me a little bit. It seems hard. This one scares me a little bit. I mean, to be honest, all of them sort of do. So let's just pick one, and then we're going to do it. So we're going to let's do Extra Roomy. Let's go. See what happens. We have, this is not Gilda, right? Yeah, no Gilda. It confuses me because of the Gilda on the little thingy. Oh, okay. I'm seeing issues. Hall of Mirrors is pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure Hall of Mirrors puts the card in front. like your card unit in front and then the duplicate is in the back. So that's probably relevant to know. It also doesn't do anything at the beginning. Spell Sanctum is like really good. That's like really good for 0 cost. Although it does get us back just to normal spell cost, which, you know, maybe that's not actually that great. Heart of the Pact sucks. Dominion, whatever. Green Recruit is kind of bad here because of the permadeath. I think if we give it Endless, then it probably would be okay. Like, it probably won't get permanently removed. So that may be a relatively high priority target if we feel like Green Recruit is an important part of this challenge. So room cards cost 0, and we got 2 free rooms, which were strong rooms. Hall of Mirrors and Spell Sanctum. I mean, we could maybe construct something that's mainly plays into Ardoon and just double him. That's sort of an interesting potential line for us to go through. And then Permadeath, which is scary, and spells cost +1, which is like pretty bad for Ardoon. I kind of feel like getting Hall of Mirrors and then Spell Sanctum, like having them be both deployable, and then just, you know, double whatever strong unit we want to use, or units, and then play Spell Sanctum, and we can actually play our cards. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's see what happens. Horde. Firestone is pretty good. Seer Orb. When you're applying spell weakness, apply one more. Does Luna even apply spell weakness? What cards does Luna have that applies spell weakness? That's clearly a Luna, what do you call it, artifact. You want Luna, keyword weakness. You have exactly one card that applies spell weakness. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why does this exist? It exists for when you're Luna Stygian, I guess. That's wild. We'll go with the Pyrestone, I guess. Okay, this was kind of the tricky one. I guess all of these are tricky because I think all of Ardoon's paths have some potential viability here. What I was thinking about these two is that they both have some kind of synergy with the Hall of Mirrors and the Permadeath. Hierophant obviously helps to make it so that our armor 2 helps to make so our units don't die, is what I was trying to get at there. And that helps us stay alive. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm trying to make some kind of deep point there. I'm kind of leaning, because we have Hall of Mirrors, at least in like the early game, I feel like Shadowcast with Hall of Mirrors, or not Shadowcast, but Mystic Hammer with Hall of Mirrors is going to be pretty strong, at least for the early game, and I feel like even into sort of later on, that feels like a pretty solid choice for me. I would say, well, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be picking energy or not, but we could reasonably pick space. I think there's a decent chance we pick space. And we may not even want draw that much because a lot of our spell cards are now bad. So leaning into our units, bringing our power feels valuable. And I think Mystic Hammer is going to help us get there. I think that's what we're going to do. All right. This is a spicy one. Spicy one to be sure. Can we make Astrologer work without dying? Okay. -1. We already can play basically nothing. I think I'm not gonna take this. The +1 spell cost is pretty tricky. And I'm not really sure how we make this work with permadeath. It's pretty scary. I think we definitely play. We can play our Dune on the bottom floor. There's like a pretty strong chance, I think, that we're saying goodbye to this train steward, but I don't know. What are you going to do about it? The Hall of Mirrors is here. Too little, too late, I would say. I think we will... We can simply hit this and then give you some conduit. I guess I can play Hall of Mirrors like here and maybe play something. I don't know. Spell Sanctum is actually useful, and thus we will play it. A Spore Touched on you is good. A Moon Ritual on you is good. And who knows, we might actually survive this combat. Does this do what I think it's going to do? Yeah, so the real one is up front, which is bad, because if you die first and you stay alive, if these two being switched would be better in this particular challenge. Because if this one dies, then, you know, it gets removed from the deck. Which is bad. I would describe that as not good. Alright. Guess I'll play nothing else. I forgot that I get a respite. I don't know why I would play any of these cards. To be honest, I would have liked to see them next turn. I guess I can just play 2. To get the extra draw. Hope for something useful. We can kill a non-hard one. That doesn't remove you from the deck, right? Yep. So we triggered Heart of the Pact is the reason I did that. Survive. We do indeed survive, although we will lose our trusty Train Steward. Can we prevent that from happening? So we can play all these Moon Rituals. And then Shadowcast back to... We're like... pretty close. Let's see. You die on the first turn. So it would just be the boss. Yeah, we're losing this Train Steward. That's okay. Losing one Shield Steward doesn't currently scare me. Now losing our next Shield Steward next turn is a bit frightening. Okay, so Phase Blessing, Planetarium, and Moon Pixie. I would describe all of these as quite good. They all are sort of made a bit worse by what we are currently dealing with in our challenge here. Planetarium is obviously strong. The question is, do I want it more? Is that higher impact than Spell Sanctum? It might be. Moon Pixie does not interfere with Spell Sanctum, but it can die, and then it will be gone forever. And I guess it doesn't matter that much if it dies against Seraph, but against one of the others, that could be an issue. And Faye's Blessing gives survivability, which I would say is much needed, but all spells are worse. And also, it wouldn't gain the value from either of these. Maybe it's foolish, but I'm kind of leaning towards Moon Pixie here. My deployables for my room cards are going to be high demand. Like, I'm probably looking to deployable Hall of Mirrors to double Ardoon. Even though Planetarium is very good. Moon Pixie gives me Conduit without actually taking up space. Or without taking up a room slot. It literally does take up space. I think that's what we're going to choose. And hopefully she does not die. Propagate. Can you propagate Mage Blade? I want to say the answer is no. Yeah, no. That would be too silly. But you can propagate Conduit, which makes this quite good. Green Recruit, as established, is worse. Not this one. This one is worse. I think it's Glow Up pretty easily there. That's a spell sort of actually worth upgrading. Under Legion units, I think, are not great here. I mean, really, it's just like a Shade Guard would be pretty nice. Maybe Selene Acolyte. Something kind of tanky. To keep Ardoon, my Ardoons from dying. But I think we pretty much always go to Steel Shop here. There's a pretty high likelihood we're going to this Merchant of Arms, so... yeah. I think investing in Ardoon is kind of our best bet. Smidgestone Titanite. Good for Shade Guard. Scrivener. Scrivener is a pretty interesting choice. I mean, I don't really see much reason to pick Nightingale in this run. Yeah, I don't really see much reason. I think you're likely to just die. Scrivener is also pretty likely to die, but at least that ability seems like it's probably useful, right? It helps me play my spells, which are bad. I think that's going to be the play. I've never actually used this unit to any great effect. Now, Titanite or Smidgestone, I think both are not what we're looking for. Ditto any of the rest of this. So we are going to re-roll. Maybe I should have considered skipping so that I have more. Quick doesn't really do me much anyway. Large Stone? Large Stone on Scrivener is sort of weird and interesting. To what end, right? For it to be the front line, I guess? Does that make things awkward later on? It seems stupid, but sometimes things that seem stupid aren't actually stupid. I don't think this ability would benefit from dualism. I don't know how it would. It's not easy to tell most of the time, but I think we do this. Maybe I'm dumb for it, but this, at least in the early game, will give us some bulk that we need. And you being only 2 spaces is not too bad. And we can hopefully survive. Still don't have all that much in the way of survivability, but it is what it is. Let's try it. Titan Skin 1. I think dealing damage is not really our problem here. This character is quite scary. Though, looks like he doesn't gain damage shield. I don't know how much less scary that actually makes you, but it is what it is. I think we're going to play bottom floor, try to deal with these characters in a situation where they'll do as little damage as possible. So our current idea here, it seems dangerous to play Scrivener as the front line, considering it can be perma-dead, but it does have the most health, and Ardoon is our relentless plan, right? So that's sort of what we hope will happen. And then we'll put the other two up here with the hopes that we can do enough damage that the flagellants will just kill themselves before they get up to the top. I don't know that actually makes any sense whatsoever. Okay, so we can use the ability. Makes that cost 1. That doesn't really do me much at all in this particular turn. I think we will play Moon Ritual. Okay. Is it worth? I think it is worth just dazing you to not take damage. I think we are very damage averse. How did that not? Oh, I played it in the wrong order. Do I restart just for that? Answer yes. The viewers won't like it, but I don't care. Okay, I will play this. I don't like resetting RNG by doing that, so we'll just that probably stays at -1 cost for the rest of the combat for whatever impact that has. Why am I not killing you? Oh, because it's not flagellating. Is that a problem? You're taking 19 damage next turn. Let's see what happens. Spell Sanctum is here, which is good. We can Spore Touch, which is useful. Do this. I think I'm just gonna continue playing these to try to get the number as big as possible. You are now losing a lot less of your health, but you are also gaining less attack. I think that Astrologer will successfully finish you off. Perhaps we play this just to get it out of the deck. We will end you all. Okay, there's not that many enemies in this fight, which is good. Moon Pixie arrives at an excellent time. We will go ahead. Ooh, scary. Right? Because if we go to New Moon now... Okay, never mind. But we're guaranteed to be in the right phase next turn. Hall of Mirrors. Hall of Mirrors was not going to do me anything. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good here. Hopefully you survive. Currently no one survives. But that is a result of Ardoon being in the wrong phase. Perfect. Okay. We can even double play this. It doesn't help, but we get out with no casualty. Solid. Now here's a question. What are we going to do at this arm shot? Silver Strike, Gravity, Starstruck. Silver Strike I think is okay. I think I'm okay with taking it. Victory? I mean, playing into Fun Guy does probably make sense. So what we could do is play our Dune bottom floor. Start with a Hall of Mirrors to double it, get Infectory to help them survive. I don't know. I don't know if that really... That might work for a little while. Not very long, though. Spawning pods is not too bad. Let's try this. Seems a bit silly, but we're gonna try it anyway. Now, I don't need Pyre Health, but I think that Arms Shop is still quite valuable. I'm not really sure what I would be looking for in a, like, dualism for Moon Pixie, basically. For now, at least, I think our damage is good enough. I think we would go in this direction. Moonlit Glaive is very good. I mean, you offer me Inferno Room for free, deployable. Am I really going to say no to that? I can't think of... Oh, can I afford it? I cannot afford to deployable Inferno Room. Okay. Shall we see if there's money that I can take? Will 25 gold get me there? That will take me to 160, which is not quite enough. I need 165. Let's see what the alcove says. That gives me money, but not right now. I think I'm not gonna take this. I'm not gonna take this either. I think it's pretty clearly this one. This gives me a lot of gold. Just a single turn too late. This is tricky because Moonlit Glaive is really strong. I would really like to deployable something. Probably Hall of Mirrors. Inferno Room is also just extremely strong. I feel like even without deployable, Inferno Room is just so powerful. We'll take Moonlit Glaive as well. Unfortunate that I couldn't deployable. We'll just hit the next available arms shop. 2 rings, I guess. But Inferno Room just represents so much value, it's hard to say no to. We will. That's probably our first deployable target now. Okay, so with this in mind, how do we try to keep our Dune and Scrivener alive? Oh, you do 4x2. I forget that you're weaker. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. We could daze someone. I think we might just give more Mage Blade to Ardoon for the moment. That's fine. I'm not really gonna stress about damage in this particular combat. Spell Sanctum is good. Propagate 2. We can now use it. You can just use this to kill the guy. That's fine. So it would be nice if I could put Ardoon as sort of the frontline unit and have him take the hits. The problem is if he dies, then I maybe just lose Relentless. So I think we're kind of hoping for the best with our large Scrivener here, as silly as that is, and therefore we will give the conduit to you. I think it's time for you to go. Much appreciated. Okay. It's a bit unfortunate that I can't double kill, or that I can't kill this character. Inferno Room, obviously. I think Infectory is the obvious choice here. Can at least this actually do anything? Probably not. But hopefully we can now use Fun Guy as a body blocker. Yeah, for example, in this turn. Does a great job. Let's see. This is terrific stuff. Go ahead and use your ability. Be nice if I could get Fun Guy to live, but it's okay, I suppose. Not really much I can do to keep Fun Guy breathing. I guess we'll just Spore Touch him. Alright. You can propagate Fun Guy, which is terrific. Ardoon is hitting big numbers. I forgot that I got rid of the Spell Sanctum. That's okay. This is all fine, I think. Green Recruit is rapidly becoming more of a nuisance than anything else. Okay, I think we confidently win this combat. The question is, will Scrivener be alive to see the end of it? I do not know the answer to that. We will be seeing 2 Dazeds that we can both play. Will it be... But it won't be the right moon cycle. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. So I could cheat, go back, not play one of the 2 Moon Cycle cards that I'm pretty sure I just played. But I think we'll just roll with it. We'll give a Spore Touch to our mans here. See what happens. Alright, we're in good shape. Spore Touch. Good. Silver Strike. Good. Alright, very nice. Now what is the question? How do we take this run out of the early game and into the something mid-game-ish? Home of Evergrowth is pretty interesting. Home of Evergrowth is pretty interesting. The problem with Home of Evergrowth is 2 of my units already have abilities. I don't really apply debuff that effectively. And Stardust Invocation for 2 while all my other spells cost 2 is kind of bad. I think maybe it is still Tome of Evergrowth. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it, but it's something. Morel, Mistress, Inoki, and Selene Acolyte. Inoki is like a little bit interesting, but I don't really have the rallies for it to work. What am I doing from here? $255 gold. Is a Merchant of Magic valuable to me? Or an Underlegion banner? Not so sure. Or just roll the dice that we get something strong. Inoki would be a pretty respective pick, but it does theoretically offer survivability. I'm gonna take space. Maybe that's silly, but what I'm gonna do. So I already got the 100. I would have been poor without it. I don't know what I get from like being able to play this a bunch would be nice for the dazes. Getting to do, I mean, glow up, holdover, -1 is pretty nice. This side is just sort of crossing my fingers and hoping for something good. The right side is really just like, can I make either Tome of Evergrowth or Glow Up strong? It does offer me gold. I'm likely taking this side. I think there's a decent chance I take this side. Hail. And there's only 2 more arm shops in the game. So at best I get 2. I think it is left. I don't know, maybe that doesn't help me with the survivability that I desperately need, but sort of imagining, I'm not exactly sure what I'm imagining. Is Ancient Roots it? I mean, Ancient Roots does help me play spell cards, I guess. I'm not sure it's exactly what I was hoping for. I think this is not good. I think this helps a lot. See what the alcove offers. Why is there lava on my train? I keep wondering. I have many times wondered. There's a way to apply spell weakness. More effective than all of Luna Clan at applying spell weakness. This is somewhat interesting because it helps me get Moon Pixie. The question is it worth it? And I'm not really feeling like it is. I think we're gonna skip. And then, is Ancient Roots what I want to see? Gives me basically an extra spell card per turn. To make sure that I have money. I mean, I only mainly need 75 gold for the next ring, which shouldn't actually be that difficult to get. The question is, do I see anything potentially better by reroll? Not bad. Kind of looking for not that one. Something like this, maybe. Or this. Kind of what I was hoping for. Something that just gives me some fun, guys. My spells, aside from being expensive, just aren't that strong. I think I'm going to reroll. So Dante's Footstool is pretty interesting. Shattered Halo is also pretty interesting. I think it's probably got to be Dante's Footstool. I'm supposed to be using my rune cards, and my rune cards are good, so might as well use them. And we can control what we draw by using deployables. They're all free anyway. I think that's the play. -1 draw. I think that's alright. This could be a spooky combat. Spell Spankdom I would describe as not what I was looking for. I guess it's fine. I think our Dune unfortunately still has to be our frontliner. We use spell. I don't know why I keep saying Spankdom, but apparently I'm not going to stop. We might just simply be strong enough to deal with this, but I'm not so... Okay, that's pretty good. Hard to really be upset about that. I guess we'll just give... Does it really matter? Maybe giving the glaive to Anoki is valuable? I don't know. I don't know about that one. And then I think this triggers Heart of the Pack, yeah. Forgot about Inferno Room. I'm silly. So we definitely need this. Guess we can play Inferno Room here. I should have Daze. Okay, I guess I'll just kill. You're gonna be a bit tough to deal with. Home of Evergrowth is fine. I think we might actually just sacrifice a green recruit at this point. That's nice because I need it. Or touch you. Fine. I'm gonna take some damage from that, but not really that big a deal. Oh no, I'm a fool. We can... Oh, that's cooldown 3. A bit scary. I think this is fine. But we do wish to... recycle? Did I do anything about you? I'll take 6 damage. It's not like a big deal. Okay, we can propagate you. We can give you more regen. Propagate. We will give you this. Feels not even close. It's strong enough. Okay. We will do stab. That gives me 3 damage. That's hilarious. How does that look? Much better. Alright. Works, I guess. Feels like it's working better than it probably should. Cover of Night is pretty good. I don't really have the Etch Consume synergy that supports these cards. Mulch At one cost feels too expensive. I want to be able to draw Moon Pixie. I think we go to the right, obviously. Alma Bello. Alma Bello is pretty interesting. Puffball is not bad either. I think I have the deployment energy for Balmabello. I think I'm gonna play him. An interesting endless target. Not sure if that's gonna really do what I want it to do, but interesting nonetheless. Deployable Inferno Room helps a lot, pretty much through Seraph. I think I want fewer Spore touches. I probably will want to remove, what, one of these rooms at some point. Sorry, I needed to sneeze. I probably want to remove one of those rooms at some point. I don't exactly know when or what it's going to be. I think for now, Spore Touch is still the worst card in my deck at 2 cost. We remove more cards? I'm not so sure. Stoic Plate Mail? Another Mage Blade is like not bad. I think that's fine. I don't think I need the rest of this. Enchanted Chamber is good here, but so are all the other rooms that I have. Do I want to remove a card? Maybe another Spore Touch? Probably don't want 0 Spore Touches. Although Inferno Room will pretty much deal with all backlines, so maybe I do want to get rid of all Spore Touches. We won't go too crazy for the moment. I think I do enough raw damage here that I'm not too afraid of you. 19 damage per hit is kind of scary, though. Titan Skin 4, I think also doesn't really scare me that much. Alright. Vectory is not a bad hit. Inferno Room. Oh yeah, the question is what to do with Balma Bello. So I could do... Infectory. I think we're top floor here. Balma Bello. Scrivener, and Ardoon. Now Ardoon can protect Scrivener. We're in a bit of an awkward spot, but that's okay. Astrologer is not a part of the plan here. Inoki might be, although I kind of doubt it. Shield Steward, we'll keep Shield Steward around as a potential blocker of stuff, I guess. We can summon Moon Pixie, which is really good. I don't know why I would use Hall of Mirrors. I could Hall of Mirrors Ear Steward for, I think, basically no reason. Moon Pixie is great. Oh, that costs... Wait, I did a foolish thing. Okay, I'm gonna undo. Sorry for cheating. I'm wiping away my foolishness. Using my Ember on stupid stuff, it turns out. is not the correct choice. Who would have thought? It would be nice to somehow finagle a way to double Moon Pixie, but doubling our Dune might just be all around better. And then we'll Moonglaive. I think Moonglaving the Pixies kind of seems good. I don't really know why it seems good, it just does. Now the question is Balmabello gonna survive? And I don't know what the answer is. So we're gonna hit you with some Propagate to help you survive, and Conduit is good. We have no more. I should probably consider using Scrivener's ability. This is sort of an awkward run for Scrivener, so I don't exactly know what I'm doing with it. Another Mage Blade. We're all surviving here. Cover of Night is pretty nice. Cover of Night is pretty nice. Do I need to play the Mage Blade? Or one of these? I suppose I could also greed for money here, which could be important. Am I going to a Merchant of Steel? Maybe. Yeah, probably. I think I have enough. There's enough value there for me to probably do it. I'm gonna trust in what I've got going on here and greed for money. Pretty good. It doesn't make sense to just waste this the whole match. Okay, you don't need to be in New Moon. Bell Sanctum here is good. If I can play cards. Okay, we will tone Evergrowth to you. This guy, that's good work. Even in New Moon, you're not dying? What the hell? Because our Dune has to hit this one, and you don't do quite enough damage. That does not help. Okay. Well, is what it is, I guess. I don't really mind taking a little damage because I don't have to fight the Titans, so who cares? This is good stuff. We can, in fact, hit you with Evergrowth. Is also good. We can give Moonlit Glaive to Scrivener, which is good. Give this. Okay, this is looking not too bad. I think we can ice some of these. Well, I guess one of the Sewards. Yeah, like an Endless on Balmabello seems pretty high value here. I don't really want you to advance, though. I guess I could just glow up you. Seems fine. And we will... Which still doesn't kill you? That's crazy. We do play this. Not what I wanted to see. We could double daze here. I mean, 50 damage to you seems not bad. I think Decay is pretty nice because it should strip Titan skins. The days 1 doesn't really do anything, so alright, see how it looks. Bombabello is dead. Can we prevent this? I might do it. Tummy Cover of Night does not do it. Aha! Don't play Conduit. Alright. Close one. I think Endless on Bombabello, assuming it works the way I expect it will, which is 14 damage here, is kind of bad, but we're hoping that we took 14 damage to prevent future death. Moonrise. I think these are bad. Mushroom is pretty good for middle floor. Take it. We go right for Merchant of Steel. We have a ton of money. Dualism. Dualism on Moon Pixie. Moon Pixie needs some extra health. Does Seraph? Is 20 enough? I would really like to see Endless on Bombabello. I think we always do plus 20 on Moon Pixie. I think we definitely do Dualism on Pixie. Hope that's enough to keep her alive. I think Titanite on Bombabello as our frontliner is very good. Reroll. Show me Endless. You do not show me Wick. Doesn't feel like it's the choice. Am I seeing another steel shot? Likely yes. I think we can live without that Merchant of Magic. Is that worth doing? This will help Bombabello a lot survive. Hopefully it'll be enough, I guess. Conduit. On Scrivener. Double Large Stone. Oh, that does work. I didn't realize. That's fine. I think Conduit is okay. I don't know. That might be a little bit too greedy. Guess we'll find out. That conflicts with Inferno Room. Ev's Hammer. I think Spell Sanctum is fine before we find Mushy Room. I don't know. That doesn't seem super good. Maybe the hammer was a better choice there. Think any of those help. I could card remove, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't remember the threshold. I never remember the threshold of Kale's various delectable treats. Is this a spiky apple? I always just saw that was like a spike ball, but I guess it's an apple. So is it going to be the one with the apples? Surely it will, right? It's like apples, honey, and meat. You must be the apples. We go mid-floor. Distract Kale with a Shield Steward question. Inferno room down here. Hopefully that'll kill the things. Spell Sanctum, not useful. If we use this to ward away Kale, which I think we are going to do, then it will certainly die. But I suppose that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And we go with these three. Rare units carry. Alright. See what happens. Druid Infectory is a little bit spicy because if Moon Pixie doesn't appear next turn, then I don't get Moon Pixie. It's a little spicy. I suppose I should have considered holding out for Smidge Stone on you. That makes me a little bit more consistent. Cover of Night is a little bit of a waste here as well, which is disappointing. Blow up, I think, is fine. Oh, so like plus 100. Plus 100 for our Dune. We can play Infectory, that's fine, I guess. Keeping Balmabello alive. This one is going to be tricky. Oh yeah, this is why I don't want to play. Okay, so well, Moon Pixie is here. Starstruck helps a lot. I think it's actually you. Because you apply corruption. I don't want corruption. We can do Mushy Room top, I guess, to get Kale. I should have played Hall of Mirrors then Mushy Room, but it's okay. Do we full moon? I think yes. Take it chunk. End of combat. It's fine. Alright, we see both Moonlit Glaives, which is terrible. But we do have what's his name on the floor, which is great. I think we're gonna give this to you. Home of Evergrowth would be terrific here, actually. That will prevent the application of corruption. Okay, Hall of Mirrors is officially in the way. Kale did get sapped, which is great. Suppose we can sap Kale again. The Shield Steward is miraculously still alive. You love to see it. Is just applying Conduit what we want here? Maybe yes. I don't know if Balmabello makes it through this one, but I'm cheering for him. Hail getting continually sapped is good stuff. This is okay, because it'll just clear your corruption. I really just need you as like a chump blocker anyway. More hits is more good. Should really probably think about how I'm applying that corruption, but it's okay. We have none of this, that's fine. We will zap Kale again. That is good. Why am I drawing? Oh, I have like no cards in my deck. that would be how. Okay, so glow up on fun guy, because why not? There may be a reason to not keep you alive, but I think it's fine. But you don't even take damage here if I just blast you. I think that is worth doing. We will. There's a good chance. I should just play this more. Yeah, I don't get to play that card, but at least it costs less now. We're gonna go to New Moon to do more damage. Combat is looking pretty good. I'll be honest, based on how we started, this is farther than I thought we were gonna make it. Alright. I can stab you to make you not exist anymore. I think that's a fine thing to do. Oh, I can just sap you. Never mind. So we will do Conduit instead, because Conduit is power. We'll just spread it around without giving any thought to it at all. You're going to gain spikes. No, you're not going to gain spikes. That's terrific. Okay. Blow up. Fantastic. I don't think that does anything for me. You are sapped. You do nothing. Play this. Or Conduit is more good. You have spikes. That's why you're doing damage to me. That's fine. Or Conduit is more good. Olive Mirrors can go up here now and get out of my deck. Alright, I'm pretty confident about this. I mean, Kale does 0, so that helps a lot. Yeah. Cool. Very nice. What are we gonna take from the boss? Is it worth taking space? I mean, Inoki, getting Inoki also on the floor actually seems potentially very good since we're regularly summoning fun guys. I'm sad that Hall of Mirrors did not become useful in this run, but I don't really think that's going to change. I think another Tome of Evergrowth is fine since I didn't upgrade the first one. Another space seems kind of great, to be honest. Will sapping Seraph down to nothing? It will help a lot with corruption. Is that going to be good enough? I don't know. But it'll help. I think getting Inoki on the floor is pretty strong here, and I'm going to phase. It would be nice to have the energy to actually play cards, but it's okay. I think Steel Shop for Endless or some kind of upgrade to Balmabello is still pretty useful. This is nice. I think Smidge on Inoki is kind of nice. It allows us to duplicate Moon Pixie, I think. Conduit? Sure. Didn't really put much thought into that, but it is what it is. Zone of Silence, Grow Room, Planetarium. All very good, but are they better than what I currently have? I mean, Propagate 1 does seem pretty dang good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Zone of Silence doesn't save me from Seraph, and therefore I think is not what I want. Planetarium is obviously good, but I think it doesn't it doesn't help us where we're weak. Grow Room might, now that Inoki is on the floor. Grow Room actually seems a bit... Well, Grow Room conflicts with what my plan for Inoki, which was Infectory. So maybe that's not actually good. I don't know. Burrow Room just seems very strong here. Because it also will propagate Conduit. All units propagate 1. It's just so much damage. The problem is, do I run into issues staying alive? I mean, Bombabella will be endless. I just won't get that much value from Inoki anymore. But Bombabella will be endless and propagating. I think I'm going to say yes to this. I may not take it. Okay. If, what's it called? Hierophant was offered here, I was probably going to take it. Slay, I'm definitely not. So it's Mystic Hammer all the way. 90 is pretty good. That's pretty healthy. Okay. So we need to remove some of our rooms, named Spell Sanctum and Hall of Mirrors. Sorry, Hall of Mirrors. I wanted it to work. I see now, I was a little bit skeptical at the beginning for some aspects of this. Like it talked about, you know, using your strong rooms to your advantage. But Luna and Underlegion do just have some really strong rooms, so they weren't lying. They were not lying about that. I think we do continue to remove cards. I probably won't spend all of my money. Am I going? Well, I'm not going to a steel shop, I guess. I don't know what I would duplicate? Question mark. I don't know. We do want to remove something else. Did I remove Astrologer, or did it get killed? I don't recall. I'm still not sure about this, which is why, like, I should probably decide and then remove one of them, but I don't know which one I think is better in here. It feels like I sort of feel like I would prefer to get a few thingies with Infectory and then play, I don't know. Also a duplication for some unit just to get Seraph from attacking me on turn 1 seems pretty useful. I don't know if I need this arms shop. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm pretty torn on these rooms. This is the worst option for this combat. It's like pretty bad all around. Pretty bad all around. I have plenty of money. I'm not going to take this. Even though I probably can make it work. I don't know how I conceivably play bottom floor in this run. This is a pretty scary one. I'm going to take some damage here. Okay. I think I can't play top floor because of the amalgams. Mushy room would sure be nice. Guess we can put it on the top floor just in case something leaks. Okay, so Bombabello, Ardoon, Scrivener. I'm putting Ardoon as the next in line because hopefully he will be able to absorb hits should Balmabello die on a bad turn. But you only have 375 health. I always forget that. Moon Pixie is good. Tome of Evergrowth is also good. Blow Up is good. Conduit is good. Okay. What are we playing here? I think Tome of Evergrowth is value. I think we play Infectory, because why wouldn't you? I think we give some Mage Blade. Why wouldn't you? And I guess that's good enough. We can give some more regen to Balmabello. I think the sap on him is not important. Starstruck for money? This is in full moon. The question is, do we kill both of these things? 300? I think the Mage Blade is important. Sap you. You have double step. Just give it to you. Get tons of regen. Oh yeah, I should not forget about Scrivener's ability. In fact, I should have played it there to see if it would give me something good. Okay, I do think Grow Room is the choice. I feel like this is what you want, right? Is you want Infectory to get a couple of fungi and therefore regen on the floor, and then you want to switch to the Propagate one. That makes sense to me. Okay, we need to be able to kill this bat guy. That's just going to full moon do it. I mean new moon. Not quite. Really? I guess you just don't do enough. This is not in total enough damage. What about this? End of turn. Let's see if we continue to propagate that stealth. And we can just give more regen to Balmabello then, since we're not getting attacked. Ooh, I don't want to miss out on propagate. I foolishly just don't play Scrivener's ability. Okay, it did not propagate the stealth. That's fine. Okay, so let's play it this turn. Fine, not necessary. I think that's good. I think this is good. This is good. Give Balmabello more. More and more and more. Okay, so our damage numbers should go crazy now. I mean, clearly they do. The main hitch question is survivability. Okay, thank God. No more. No more of those. Okay, so we can just... I mean, I sort of feel like we just continue to stack regen on Balmabello in this particular combat. That's good enough. It should have... There was a more optimal way to play it, which is actually think about what you're doing before you do it. That's more optimal than not doing that. Which is we want to daze one of them. back one is fine. And then we can play Conduit, and it actually doesn't matter now if we're in new or not. We'll regen Balmabello, and we're in good shape. Oh yeah, if you have a fun guy, then the Propagate also triggers Inoki's thing. That's good. Took a lot more damage than I would like, but I don't have to deal with Amalgams in the next combat, so hopefully that's okay. I think we can not get a daze from you. I don't think that... Oh, you know what? Oh, you don't gain multi-strike. I forgot how weak you are when you're not at Covenant 10. You do gain Rage 8. It might be smarter to put the daze on you so you don't get stronger, rather than take the damage, but we're going to be a little greedy. We're going to be a little bit greedy. Spellweave? We'll play it next turn. Tap on Balmabello. Chilling. I think we're probably okay here. Yeah, perfect. Great stuff. One attacking. Okay, none of this appears to matter. Good stuff. Now, what do I need to do to survive Seraph? Ascend, spell weakness 2. I mean, Ascend is good for Seraph. I think Ascend, spell weakness 2 for 3 Ember is probably not it. I don't think any of these are good. I think I would skip it. I think these are also bad. Something that would give me Fun Guy, I think, is valuable, but not that. I think we do want a unit to put on the top floor. How many do we have? 7? So 4, 6. So another Inoki is fine. Just to save one turn of Seraph staring me down. I think that is worth. A little unfortunate to not take health, but if we can get the fight figured out, the health shouldn't matter. Shroom units gain regen 1 on Harvest. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know if regen 1 on Shrooms is really gonna do much for me. Jack Strips is good because they're enemies with Reanimate in this combat. I guess this is fine. Is there anything? Even all my slots are full. Makes this seem a little silly, but it is what it is. Okay. And we can do some removals. I don't know. I think there's a distinct possibility that going the other way and then doing like Infectory deployable is a significantly better option, but well, we made our choice. I think the rest of this is fine. I have a small deck. In fact, this isn't even enough to trigger Ever-Churning Soil. Probably should have thought about that. any healing spells, so we're stuck with what we got. Let's do it. Corruption Seraph. Did we manage it? I don't know. I think keeping that corruption off my floor for a turn is going to be pretty valuable. Okay, so we go Inoki. Infectory is actually exactly what we want, so that's good. We did want to start with Inoki. Bombabello. Ardoon. Scrivener. This is perfect. Tome of Evergrowth is a very high value. We do, I mean, not being able to play Mage Blade is bad, but Tome of Evergrowth is just so powerful here. Fine. Jewel. And we're gonna sap Seraph for all he's worth on the next turn. Hopefully. Missing both Moonlit Glaives is pretty scary. But I think this is worth this. Oh, so close. That's okay. We should be able to now sap Seraph to 0, which might do the trick here. We will phase to new move to get some damage. Missing both Moonlit Glaives is pretty bad, but we'll go back around to them quickly, so... I think those Tomes of Evergrowth... That card, Tome of Evergrowth, is just so good. So good. Mushy Room up top to improve sap. I think we play Row Room now and Cover of Night. That is good stuff. We can then also give... Let's give... I think it's still Bombabello. Scrivener is back. This... Unfortunate we can't get more value out of that Cover of Night, but it is what it is. Drawing both Moonlit Glaives is rough. We should be able to... So I should be able to sap Seraph to 0 here. And we then sap you to the point that... You know, pretty unfortunate that... It's enough to keep you alive. I think it is. That might be worth. I don't know. We're not going to have enough damage here pretty soon, which is a bit scary. Although I might just draw Moonlit Glaive again next turn. Someday I'll get to play it. That's very nice. Thank you for doing that. Now we get to attack. Good. We can sap some people. Just kill this one. Probably better than dazing. Sap here. Fine. Feeling relatively confident at this moment. Yeah, okay, so I think we now wish to put some regen on Fun Guy. We'll just give you that. Neutral is very good. We appear to be doing enough damage at present. Need to watch that sap. I think that's good. We can conduit. I think we finally play Mage Blade on you. We can kill this guy. And then we can tap. That was the right choice, because I didn't need to give you the dualism sap, so that was foolish, but it is what it is. Sure, become cheaper. Okay. I think we got this. The only question will be... Does Seraph destroy me? Okay, blow up, very good. Sap. Destroy you. Doesn't actually matter if you walk past. So... Not really sure how this math works out. I feel like we should be regenning some of this HP that we're losing, but it only shows +1. Oh, I know why, because the regen happens first. That's a bit annoying. We got this. Nice. And no deaths! You love to see it. Alright, so we will just continue to zap whoever. Die. We take no damage. Horrific stuff. Driven in. Oh no, I can't play it. Hit and turn. Boom. Alright, I was skeptical of this one, especially in like ring 2 and 3, where it seemed like it was just going to be sort of painful all the way through. We got, I would say, relatively fortunate in that the Scrivener and Balmabello ended up being quite good as units, and Tome of Evergrowth, man, is just so good. I think that's one of the best Under Legion cards. Ooh. Just not what I wanted. I wanted to run history. Yeah, Home of Evergrowth, so good. Just immensely high value, especially if you have a unit with dualism. I really like it. I feel like I have at this point rarely taken this card and it not been extremely key to the run. Being able to apply as much sap as this gives, especially when you're playing wide floors, and especially when you're able to give multiple copies, which you can do more easily by doing Spell Chain or using some of Under Legion's cards that pull consumed cards back, or just duplicating it, I guess. Emote Tome works really well. If you can get this on, 2-3 units, you're really turning dangerous floors into nothing. It's fantastic. So that was great. Fun run. Look out for the next one. All right. Bye.